Hey guys, a lot of people have told me that they think a lot of my edits are really daunting. So my idea is to try and simplify it, try and show you how I make it so it makes it a bit easier for people to understand. First, what you want to do is you want to open your folder and grab any files you want and then put them over to where it says import media. What you want to do is grab the file you want. For me, it'll be this one, and then I'll put that over, and then I want to put change sequence settings because I want it to be to this video's sequence settings and not any other. I'm also going to cut it down because my computer isn't very strong and I couldn't handle a lot of rendering. This is the unedited video. I think it doesn't look dreadful. I mean, definitely some creative, but if you have video like this would be super good for these amount of effects, right? So I'm going to show you how to edit it to get it to look professional. First, what you want to do is go over to here where it says effects. We're going to be over here quite a lot. Go to Luma Key. Simply put Luma Key over it. What Luma Key does is it just gets rid of all the black, but it still looks black because there's nothing underneath it. So what we need to do next is put something underneath it. We want to go over to color map, create a color map, which we do by going to file new and then just go to color map. Make a green one. Relatively choose like quite a bright green one. I think that always works really well. And put that over it. And you should get something which looks like this. After this, you just nest it together. Simple, easy, shouldn't really be too difficult. And then after that, you go over to the effects panel still and go over to Ultra Key you should type in. Just make sure you spell it correctly, unlike what I'm doing. Go over to this and then you go over to where it says Key Color, that little pen here, and then you click on where the ink was, so the brighter bit. Go over to where it says Output, you want to change it from Composite to Alpha Channel. And after you do this, you get this type of imagery. What it does is it tries to make it white and black, but because a lot of it is, a lot of it is a mix, a lot of it is white and black, you end up getting this gray and not perfect. We want it to look white and black. We don't want this gray exterior. So what we want to do is click on the footage and go over to color up here next to effects where we've been. We want to then click on basic correction, click on the footage and put blacks on max, or minus max, minus 100 to be exactly, and then we want to put the whites on 100 exactly, and along with the highlights also on 100. You can also see this already makes a much better appearance, but you get this like fuzziness in the background. I don't know if you can see, my playback isn't on the highest, so yeah, you can kind of see the fuzziness. So what we do to fix this is we need to raise the exposure. Now for me, I think 2.9 looks quite nice, 2.9. However, like 3.1 also looks really nice. So yeah, and you can already see a massive improvement already on the footage. But you want to make it look like my most recent music video. So for that, we're going to have to go over to effects and click on the footage, and you can copy and paste it, or you can click on the footage and hold Alt and then drag it somewhere else on the board. This makes a duplicate of the exact same layer. You want to go back over to effects, type in invert, and then go over to the invert with the little picture of the film grain next to it, not the sound one. You don't want it underneath audio effects, you want it underneath video effects. Then you just simply invert it. This is quite a nice invert, I would say. Sometimes you would need to go back into color and alter it, but all I would say to that is just raise the exposure up to max if you need to, or maybe like 3.1 as I was saying earlier. You want to kind of get this shape look which I made earlier. But this I find the most easy is going down to crop, grabbing the crop layer underneath transform, and then applying it to the top layer. This is important, do it to the top layer. After this, go on left, top, right and bottom, and I'll just get rid of 0% and add 20%. 20% is, I would say, the best, plus you want to even across all areas. Sure, it's rectangular and not square, but we're not going to keep it as rectangle or square. We're going to change it up. Highlight the top layer, like I've done so far, and go underneath where it says opacity. When you see it says opacity, you see the little pen here. What you want to do is click on that, and then you want to start clicking on areas of the picture. This can really be done to make any shape, but I'm going to do with a triangle. You could just want to keep the square, and you know, nothing really wrong. The square actually looks quite nice, to be honest with you. And then yeah, you just have to alter it after that so it looks a bit more even, like I've done. You can see it's a bit faded. If you want the top layer, so the inverted shape, to be faded, that's completely fine. Everyone has their own style, but for that all you need to go down is to mask feather, which mask will be made after you've done this, and go down to 0. Simple. And then after this you just render and export, and then as you can see, that's what it looks like. I'm going to show you the final result right now. Hey, I hope you liked this. This is my first tutorial, so if you want me to do more, like glitch effects is something I really want to do in the future, or maybe about how to make film grain by yourself, or some of my own personal videos I made, like some of my own artistic styles. So if you really want any tutorials about how to do any of it, really just leave a like and a comment. If anyone does want the footage I've used for this is absolutely free. I'll make a Google Drive of it, but I'd want to know people want it before I just do it, before I have to put it up there. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.